Muzzy got a bonsai, Justin got a talking to from Whitney, and Brittany got a non-apology from Meredith. Welcome to Showmance, guys, the only show on the internet doing deep dives on shows with no depth.
Shows as shallow as the emotional depth of a woman who ranks her life's top 6 traumas.
Oh my God. That was so good. I noted that. That's a wild thing to roll out to someone.
Yeah.
Like, let's just say, right, you and I are talking about something that happened to me, and I'm like, that is the 6th best sex I've ever had in my life. You remember the best? You remember the worst?
Yeah.
You remember the 6th best?
I just
the 6th worst?
Dying to know like what comes before that and what are like, because I assume she's got a top 10 maybe or something. Like, I don't even know, but I'm just assuming. So I've never wanted to know more about, well, what are the other ones?
I've never wanted to know less. This is a real nuts thing to do, Natalie, okay? You have been at home in your own mishigas for so long that you now, and because it's all about Britani, right? Like, why is it never about me? Who cares about me? What about me, right? That's like her famous shtick on the show. She's now talked to herself so much that she's cataloged 1 through at least 6 of her worst traumas.
Yeah. And I mean, it does sound pretty gnarly to just get yelled at for several hours while you are stuck there, and to just have someone, she's like kicking her seat, you know, and like pulling her hair. And I don't know what went on that, but Brittany does seem truly, like, honestly traumatized by it.
It sounds traumatizing. Yeah. 2 truths. 2 things can be true.
Yeah.
That could have been wildly out of line, traumatizing. And Brittany's response to it is newts.
Yeah. If Andy doesn't ask that at the reunion, like, can you give us
He's not gonna.
context?
He's not gonna. You want to know why? Because like, you know how sometimes you'll say to someone like, "Hi, how are you?" and you forget that that's a question, and they're like, "Oh God, you know that thing going on with my mother-in-law," and you're like, Stupid. Why did I ask?
Yeah.
I don't want to know.
Yeah.
I don't even want to know you, let alone what's going on with your mother-in-law. Installment number 6. And I just think that that's where we're at with Britani across the board. I think the producers are there. Andy's there. Her castmates are there. It's like, I don't want to know. You just need to get into therapy, real therapy.
There are 2 acceptable answers to how's it going? Great. And it's going.
Like, no, I give people more of a breath
No. Well, no,
it depends who you're asking.
In my top 5.
We usually have top 3 here.
Oh,
and
right.
we should talk about why the man chair is empty. So I was on my way over, and Shane and I were, because we live together, we were going to take 2 separate cars. And so I woke him up because he was taking a little bit of a nap because he had a really long day. And I woke him up before I came, and then Nat texted our group thread and said, "Hey, I'm not sure the cameras are 100% correct. Mike needs to check them, and he'll be home from work, so maybe leave a little bit later." And I said, "Well, I'm already in the car, and I'm worried to tell Shane to leave later because he just woke up, and sometimes that makes him go a little bit slower." Didn't know we were on a group text, which honestly, I didn't say anything that wasn't true, and it wasn't mean.
No, it wasn't. But the last line was the kicker, which was, "What should I tell him?" And then I hit her in our mano-y-mano and was like, you just said that in the group, right?
And I was like,
I did not.
I'm seeing that now. And
I was like, don't worry about it. If people like Shane and I, we've had handlers for
your whole life.
Majority of our life. Yeah.
So you're used to it.
We're not that good with the time.
And so Shane goes, "Should I come at 7?" And Nat gave it a thumbs up. And I thought to myself, that's a thumbs down. That's not going to pan out well for any of us. Just let sleeping dogs lie. And then it's 7:30 and I text the old texter and I said, "You okay, honey?" And no answer. And then about 15 minutes later, we just got a so I said, "It's okay. We need to get on with our lives. We're just going to do it, Nat and I." So you just got the 2 hens today.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're doing double. So it was last week's episode and this week's episode.
Yes.
We're in a bad spot in Salt Lake where I think they should use this for like Navy SEAL training. Have you ever met a Navy SEAL?
Yeah. He's dead now.
Oh.
He died in a training, or he's undercover and a Legionnaire now. You never
Okay,
know.
I think maybe he's crossed over,
Never
but
know.
okay,
It was so
true
cute.
story. I don't know, but all I was gonna say is when I have spoken to Navy SEALs, they will, I'll be like, wait, what's the training for like for that? And they'll tell you all of the crazy, the things that they can tell you, crazy ways in which they torture them. I think one of the things they could add to this list is making them watch this chunk of Salt Lake, because we are just stuck in this loop of Meredith never ponying up and saying, this is what I'm sorry, I did it. I'm an asshole.
I think that Meredith, she's an attorney, so they never concede to anything. They make it very vague. It's always if I did this, or I'm sorry you feel that way, or they never admit to anything. And I now, this is the first time that I've kind of understood her and Seth's relationship, and like why Seth is probably like he is. He's probably just like, I'm not getting out of this alive regardless. So like, I'm just going to have a gay old time, and that's how I now totally get why Seth is who he is just after these last couple episodes.
It's crazy because pre this season, I was never like a Meredith stan, but there were parts of her that I was into. I in person, when I've met her, she looks fabulous. She didn't read totally nuts.
Yeah.
And now I'm just like, something's rotten in the state of Denmark. We have lost the plot here with Meredith.
Yeah.
And at this opening scene from last week's episode where we're at Mary's lunch, we are browbeating her with, you did this, you did this, you did this. And she's just hammering back with, no, I didn't. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm not, nothing like that happened. I was venting to my friend. And it's tiresome to listen to.
Yeah.
And in the great words of Heather Dubrow, if everybody says you're dead, it's time to lie down.
Yeah.
And these broads can't agree on anything. They can't agree that the sky is blue, that water makes things wet, that fire is hot. And all of them, with the exception of Lisa, and Lisa's even walking the line, they're all saying, I was there.
Yeah.
You don't have to tell me nothing, girl.
Yeah.
You didn't see it. You didn't hear. I was there.
Yeah.
Hey, Minnie.
Hey, Minnie. It was really obvious this episode that like they definitely did it. Like, I think we already knew they did it, but like those two go hardcore whenever you slander them, defame them, accuse them of something that they didn't do, and they really, every time it comes up, they just want to move on.
Lisa and Meredith.
Yeah. They don't want to talk about it. Or like, just even when Meredith was like, well, we're never going to agree on what really happened. And it's like, right, because
you're lying.
You're lying.
And I saw it with my own two eyes.
Yeah.
Minnie, don't you dare.
She doesn't. She just likes to be offered.
Oh, okay. The only other two notes I have from the scene is one, Lisa's global entry lie was so textbook Lisa.
So good.
Just try harder. You get in the line that says global entry. You either have it or you don't. You forgot you had global entry. Who forgets they have? There's one really short line that you're psyched to get on because it's like being a member of Club 33 at Disneyland. You don't go to Disneyland and forget you're a member of Club 33 and wish you could just get in somewhere cool with good food, booze, and air conditioning.
Yeah.
Like, you're like, oh yeah, I'm a member of Club 33. Means I get the fast pass. I get to do whatever I want. Like, that's global entry for traveling.
Like, even with the horse thing. Like, I totally get why Angie thought she was lying. Like, well, because her friend told her, well, she rents a horse from this place, but apparently she doesn't make any sense.
At all.
Like, her whole life makes no sense to me.
Correct.
Because it really does seem like she is not doing well in her businesses. Like, they don't seem like they're really thriving. So something like global entry, like, I don't know, I'm not a big traveler, but like, I assume like not everyone has this. Like, you probably travel overseas a lot if you're going to get something like that. I don't take her as like a world traveler very much.
She doesn't even like to go to Italy because she doesn't like the Italian food.
Oh, yeah.
As Jake's dad would say, you thieving. Who doesn't like Italian food? Someone with no taste buds? Like, I don't
order Italian food right now.
Oh my God,
Are
I
you
want to
hungry?
order. Yeah, let's order something.
Let's order something.
Okay. I really enjoyed how Bronwyn was, I just enjoy her quick to own shit.
Oh, no, I do
Trademark
too.
moves. Like,
She got a little irritated with Whitney, so it wasn't like the cleanest sorry, but it was all there. All the components were there of all the things. It wasn't I'm sorry if you felt that way. It wasn't any bullshit like that. She really was just like, yeah, you told me that. I shouldn't have said anything, and I'm sorry about that. Like,
yep. Cut and dry. You have been to therapy. You know how to apologize.
Yeah, and then what's so great about that is that I feel like nobody gets this. When you do that, there's nothing else to parse through. There's nothing else to like come up later because someone just is still kind of bent on you because like you didn't really apologize for anything. Like, have we ever talked again about how she lied about the diamonds?
Nope.
No. Like,
own it and you're free.
Own it and you're free. Yeah, it's gone. It's done and dusted.
That's right.
After that. And I wish that Meredith and Lisa. I mean, I do. You know what? I do wish that they knew that. Not because I like them and I want a happier life for them, but because I would like to move on to other things. Like, I don't want this to be a thing that keeps coming up. Okay, wait.
Oh yeah.
Well, what do you feel like?
What do you want?
Once I have a beer, I'll literally eat anything.
Okay, maybe then I'll have a beer.
Yeah.
Okay, so after Mary's lunch, we quickly find out that Berry was born in Brazil. She's getting her citizenship.
Yeah, I did not know that. That was news to me.
Yeah, same here. Oi, tudo bem? I worked at a Brazilian restaurant for 5 years, so I can say, hi, how are you? And picanha, coxinha, pão de queijo. I can just say food. Anyway, and then we see Heather's new office that was sponsored by Wayfair. And then we get into the mani-pedi sesh with Meredith and Lisa. Meredith is still pissed about what happened. Like, you are so beat, Meredith. The fact that I have something to say when we get to the last scene of this, the Boston spill the tea party. And I'll just save it for there, but it's infuriating.
Yeah.
And then Lisa is just so happy the heat is off of her and her marriage that she's happy to perpetuate all of this gobbledygook nonsense.
It really fell in her lap.
Oh,
like she was
a gift from the baby Jesus.
She was going to be this season's Tamra, you know, of just like, you're just going for it all year long. And
Meredith was like, hold my Percocet.
Yeah.
I've got some work to do.
Yeah.
And by the way, I wanted Meredith to wake up all season, but not like this.
No.
This is not what I was asking for. This was not what any of us were asking for. And this is when we learn that Lisa met up with Britani and that this was the 6th most traumatizing thing to ever happen to her. Britani is a child.
No, she is.
We've said this before. I'm not even joking. Something has traumatized her.
Yeah.
And I think it's her religion that she snapped at some point in her life, and she is a perpetual 12-year-old or 14-year-old. A 14-year-old would say, this is the 6th worst thing to ever happen to me.
Yeah.
A grown 50-something-year-old woman does not say this. It makes me so sad. It makes me you need help, girl.
Oh, God. When does the therapy session happen? This
It's
last episode
coming
or
up.
this
It's
one?
coming up.
Okay.
And then moving into the next scene where Heather finally, and I really like Heather, but Heather finally decided to get rid of her marital bed 20 years later.
I've had my mattress for 5 years and I want another one. Like, I like a new mattress. I got animals. I got a dude, you know, dudes are stinky.
Dudes be dude and dudes are, yes.
They're just gross.
We love you, but you're a little gross.
But I can't believe not only that she's had it for 20 years, but that it's still the same one because she's not been married for a very long time.
Yeah.
Like that would have been one of my first like purchases.
This is what's confusing to me. If I had the mattress that I have now, that is so good, there's no weird bad juju or bad memories in it, I would keep that mattress, right? But if the mattress was bad, if the marriage was bad, if the sex was bad, girl, you are worth it. Don't wait 20 years. If anyone is listening out there and they're wondering, do I deserve the new mattress? You deserve it.
Yeah.
Get it.
Yeah.
The other thing that happened in this scene was Whitney just talking about how peeved she was with Bronwyn for like spilling the beans and going straight to Lisa. And listen, it is a bummer that she went straight to, was it Lisa or, yeah, she went to Lisa and said,
she was
or Meredith. Yeah, went to Meredith and said what,
she just told her that how she thinks she has a pill problem or a drinking problem, one or the other. And
I get, Whitney, I get that you're bummed, but like if you're picking from this litter, Bronwyn's a win. So maybe just like be annoyed, but maybe just like call her up to say, listen, I'm willing to let this slide because I like you and I can see that you're a good, honest friend and I want to have a relationship with you, but you can't pull that shit in the future.
Yeah. Whitney needs Bronwyn. Bronwyn doesn't need Whitney.
Correct.
When they threw Brittany's little unicorn or whatever the hell it was, she doesn't remember being the new girl. And she's loyal to Meredith and even Lisa.
Yeah.
I even think that she would have done that same thing for Lisa.
Yes, I agree.
And I think it's because Bronwyn is smart enough to know like who the veterans are and the people that are like holding down the show. And like she does kind of pick and choose where her loyalties go based on like kind of the status.
Yep.
But she also has such a need to be liked.
That's what I was going to say, which is even more so. Like she does lick the boot that kicks her more than anyone else on this cast because, and I get it. I'm not faulting her for it. You can see that she does it with her mom. She does it with Todd. I feel like that people pleaser streak is so strong in her still.
Yeah. And Whitney will get over it. But
I hope so.
Yeah, because she has to. Even though Whitney's been on the show since she's
S1E1.
I still feel like Bronwyn is 10 times more
100%.
valuable than her. So
yeah,
I just think she recognizes that stuff, and I understand. It's kind of a bummer because like Bronwyn's so great. You kind of wish that she clocked all those things and like acted accordingly and was like, no, I'm not being nice to the cool kids,
Yeah.
But like she very much succumbs to the cool kid pressure.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
The scene that comes up next is the one that you wanted to talk about when Olivia and Brittany go to therapy.
I mean, it's not like I had anything like riveting to say about it. It was just like when the therapist is like, who wants to go first? Or I feel like Brittany kind of forgot why she was even there in that moment. when she's like, I don't even know where to begin. So no, you forgot like what you're even doing here. Like,
okay.
She's jumbled. She's got her mind is everywhere.
She's so consumed with herself
and consumed with what's his face doing.
Jared.
Yeah. What's Jared doing? And she's just like, we all know people like that. And it's a bummer that she's had children and she is still that way. Cause I don't know many moms like that.
Girl, when she said, I can't imagine this happening again.
Yeah.
I'm like, are you out to lunch?
Yeah.
Like you just did it again with Jared. Olivia said the last time she was on the show, you set a time to meet up with her. She came over to your house and you and Jared made out the entire time. You chose someone else over her in recent history.
Yeah. It's so strange. It's so strange that he's even in, like, I get this feeling because he just made some comment recently about
Jared?
Jared either did like, whether it was like an Instagram reply or like, I don't know where he said it, but he for sure said, just want to remind everyone, like her kids are full adults now, And it's like, okay, well, this seemed to have happened when they like weren't maybe full adults. And also like, why are you even talking like you have a million other things you could get on and say. You could say something great about your girlfriend.
Yeah.
You could really pump her up. Like
well,
she
also,
could really use your help.
Is she your girlfriend?
Right,
because you two are teenagers and you're broken up one week and together another week. And it makes no sense.
Yeah.
And also, to your point, they were children when it happened. They are young adults now. They clearly haven't healed from what happened. And just be part of the solution, bro.
Yeah, like it's not that hard to just, or say nothing if you don't have anything to like.
Well, that's not going to
like,
happen because he needs the shine.
I know, it's so gross. Those two are really kind of made for each other. The way that the daughter is, and I say this with a more power to her, like, but I feel like she just is like, oh, my mom's on a show, I could be on the show too. Like, I don't think she would be really like revisiting all this stuff if it. I will say,
even if that's the case, get yours, Olivia.
That's what I mean. More power. Like, I think that Britani has a sweetheart, and I think she's kind.
Yes, I do too.
I do think she's a genuinely good person. I just think that she's so flighty that you could never really rely on her.
She's also so broken.
Yeah, totally.
Did you watch the Surviving Mormonism thing?
I didn't.
Okay. It kind of just left off on this cliffhanger thing to show that clearly they are going to do more episodes of this. I think they're trying to make it what the Leah Remini thing was on A&E. And if you haven't seen the Leah Remini one, highly advised watching it. It's excellent.
I asked myself today, why haven't I watched that? And I realized that like Mormon Schmormon, I want to watch the polygamists. Like, it's like, I'm only diving into a doc like that. Like, if there's something like salacious about it, I always just want to see like, how are the wives okay with all these different wives?
Oh, and like, this is up, but in a really like, how are the police at like how is the government at a federal level not in on this and doing shit? Because
don't get me started. I'm on to you, Utah. I'm on to you, okay?
The pray the gay away. Like, it is.
No, it's wild. With, you know how I said something's going on? Because you know me, I'm always wondering. I'm like, something's going on. Like, they want to. Is
that what we're calling now? Wandering.
Yeah,
wondering.
Wondering.
Natalie's completely baseless wondering.
Yeah, just a little bit of what. Now I'm just calling it critical thinking.
I like wonderings better. So I was doing some wonderings.
They're just popping up in a lot of weird places, and I think that they're down to party with just the globe. I think they're wisening up to like, we need to market. We need to be on TV. It doesn't matter if the story's bad. No press is bad press. And I think that they're getting involved in a lot of like global politics too. That's all I'll say about that until another time. And I've had more. Well, I've finished a whole tall boy. Then we'll see.
So exciting! Cheers, queers, to following your footsteps. Well, the reason I bring it up is because it is the straightest of lines to connect with Britani when her daughter says, "When my mom got remarried, our stepfather had children and she put those kids before us because she wanted to show him, I am such a good wife. I am such a good mother. Now you'll have to like want me forever, be with me forever." That is because it is bred into you in this religion that the highest achievement a woman could have is to be like a dedicated and loyal wife.
Yeah.
I really think that is what has screwed her up so much. And her children are paying the price of it.
Yeah.
She's paying the price for it. And someone would need to really come in with some heavy artillery to convince me otherwise.
Yeah. No, I do all that.
The next scene, and I'm actually really sad that Mike's not here for this because we go bonsai trimming. And I want to see if there's a place like that where Mike and I could go.
Oh my goodness.
Just crack open a bottle of Meteor and just make our own bonsais. When she's sitting, when Bronwyn goes doing the bonsai stuff with Muzzy and Gwen, first of all, Gwen is too cute for words. Yeah. I just think she's like a carbon copy of Bronwyn with the cute, they both have their cute little cunty bobs.
Yeah,
and
so does Muzzy.
So does Muzzy. It's a family thing.
Bob, yeah.
Yep. She seems like a really sweet, good kid. Like Bronwyn seems like she's done a wonderful job parenting her. I see where Bronwyn says like, we're finally getting to this better place where we can crack a joke. And I understand wanting to have that relationship with your parents and also understanding their limitations. You know, when someone's like, oh, like I remember when I met my best friend's little sister, and before I met her, I went to school. They have 4 kids, and I was in college with 3 of the kids at one time because they had them all really close together. And so all of them were always like, oh, you got to meet Pippi. Pippi was the youngest kid. Pippi's so tall. Pippi's the tall one because everyone in their family, they're peanuts. And obviously I'm a giant. When you meet Pippi, the tall one.
You'll love her.
Yeah.
You guys would get along famously.
Yeah, like she's tall like you. I'm 5'11", okay? So one day Pippi comes to school and I open the door and I'm like, "You're Pippi?" Like they're all like 5'2" and Pippi was 5'4". I'm like, Pippi's not tall. They're like, to us she is.
Yeah.
And I feel like when Bronwyn is saying like, we're in this great spot now and we're cracking jokes, and then like they pan to the joke, I'm like, Pippi's tall? Like, what are you
No,
like
totally.
I feel like this is one of those things where just like, because it's been so brutal with her mom, that this one non-joke she may as well be Eddie Murphy raw.
Yeah.
Like, right? She's looking for something that's just
1,000%. The hatred and loathing that Bronwyn must have for her husband to want Muzzy to stay with her. Like, she does not want to live with Todd. I am convinced now she wants out of here. Like I barely like Mike and I love spending time with him. Like, she does not want to spend time with Todd. She wants her kid to stay, and she wants her mom, who she's got the weirdest relationship, to stay. She does not want to be alone in that house with Todd anymore. That is not your person. That is not your best friend. Find your best friend and have a life. Oh my God. Like, Heather's so excited for her kids to leave. Like, Heather's like in the headspace where she's like, I am getting my life started now. Life starts today.
Yeah.
And I want
first day of the rest of your life.
Yes. And I want Bronwyn to get into that mindset.
Yes.
Today's the first day.
I have a little bit of a theory on this that I want to talk about when we get to the scene where she picks him up at the airport.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, that was kind of all I feel like production and editing is working overtime to like make fetch happen with this moment where Bronwyn is clearly so emotional with her mom about like not wanting Gwen to leave and Muzzy cracking a joke. And again, I fully understand. I empathize with her. I want her to have this relationship with her mom. I just, you're walking into a sushi restaurant and ordering a slice of pizza and you're like, it's fine. I'll just make something out of the rice that's like pizza-esque. It's like, it's not.
The first thing that she even says, like in response, is when she's like, you know, just joking with her, saying like, well, I'm not ready to, you know, pound sand right now, but I'm gonna need my own place, my own space soon and whatever. And Bronwyn, just being a doll of a person, goes, is it Todd? I'll get rid of him. Don't worry. And she goes, I think Todd's going to get rid of you. And I'm like,
what I'm
God,
talking
lady.
about.
Like, the rest of the conversation was lovely.
Yes.
But like, you had to come out of the gates with like, you're not so great. And then it was also buttoned with Bronwyn making a funny joke about like, oh, so I've heard that I'm perfect and I know I don't need to change anything. That's what I've heard from
that
you.
was in the other scene where they're doing the stuff with the pride flags.
Oh, okay.
When she said this, her button or joke was like, don't threaten me with a good time. Like, he'll get rid of you.
Right. But like,
because she's trying to be lovely.
Yeah, exactly. And for her to end with whatever scene it was with her saying, oh, don't get ahead of yourself. You know, when Bronwyn's just trying to be like, oh, you said you're proud of me and like, you're happy with how I turned out and you love my daughter and no notes. Oh, well, don't get ahead of yourself. Like, come on, lady.
And it's so crazy to me because if you look at this woman, it's not like you are this high watermark for anything, really. Yeah. And I'm not trying to come down on her. I'm just saying, like, I don't know anything notable that you've done with your life in the sense of your child has said you were kind of an atrocious parent.
Yeah.
You have been wildly unsavory while we've met you this season and not saying kind things and just constantly like a phobis. I always say that like Yiddish term, like a phobis and a putum, like you're always miserable, sucking on a lemon. You're not affable. Like sometimes someone's an asshole, but they're funny.
Yeah.
Like you might think Bethany Frankel's an asshole, but she's funny.
Right.
Like you're getting something from it. I don't know that you invented some rotary valve that's changed the face of medicine, modern medicine, or gotten us to the moon. Like there's nothing. Have you fought to release falsely accused people to get out of prison? Like you are such an unsavory character, but you act as though it's okay to act this way. And so like, I'm kind of grasping at straws to figure out why I even should be rooting for Bronwyn to have this relationship with you. And the only reason I do is because I get it. It's the only parent you will ever have. And no, most people aren't 100% toxic and bad and negative, but crack a smile. Yeah. God, you are so miserable all the time.
I know. And this was a great episode for her. That's the crazy part, is that we have to acknowledge this was the best we've ever seen Leslie. The sweetest, the kindest, the most supportive, offering up the most. And she still just has to start it and end it with
Shane never smiles in pictures. And the first time I saw a picture of his dad, he was the same way. I think this was a picture from his, he was remarried to this lovely woman, Amy. And I think it was a picture from their wedding. So he was happy. And this is what he looked like. And I took one look at the picture and I go, I see where you get your stare from. Yeah. You got nothing? Nothing? Speaking of got nothing, the last scene in this episode was when Meredith and Britani meet up. There's an apology, non-apology thing going on where, listen, Meredith did say I'm sorry if I made you feel, I'm sorry that you're not sorry because you don't believe you did anything. Yeah. And yes, Britani, it was good that you did apologize for saying what you said, because that's how all this got kicked off, because you can't help yourself. You need to be on the mix. You feel like you need to fight for your slot instead of just being authentic and talking about the fact that I have to get help because my daughter doesn't want to speak to me. I'm in this crappy relationship that I need to pull myself out of. That's interesting enough. Yeah. We don't need you to drum up fake storylines with a woman that you're not even friends with about a TikTok story that we don't know is or TikTok post that we don't know if it is or is not true. Yeah.
The way that Britani apologized in that was as good as a Bronwyn apology. For her to say what I did was shady. Mm-hmm. It is not easy to admit that you had bad intentions or that you wanted to kind of throw a little jab at someone. It's not cute. People do it. It's on their worst days. Yep. And if you're a good person, it's on your worst days. But for her to say that, and that is such a win for Meredith to get that. Yes. When Britani says, I don't know the ins and outs of your relationship and the whatever she said, something about doesn't know the specifics of how their relationship goes. And I know that it's a trigger for you. For Meredith to have to go, to be clear, it was a trigger for me knowing that you had intentions of hurting me, but you masked them with that you were trying to help me. And it's you were trying to hurt Britani the entire 6-hour flight, just torturing this person. You can't even scrape one thing that's just I do want to, I know that was so hurtful. For her apology was I'm sorry that you heard what I said to my friend. Yeah. What a miserable human you are, Meredith. I've always loved you. I love the quiet luxury about you. I love the weird relationship you've got with your husband. I love your kids. You're not really checked in anymore, and now you just look ridiculous. You can't just say that was a bad look.
Yeah, and by the way, Britani did give such a good apology that if Meredith said, thank you so much for saying that, I snapped on the plane because it is besides my children, it is the most sensitive nerve that I have, and you hit it with a sharpshooter's accuracy. Yeah. And I clearly snapped, and I apologize for that. My reaction was brutal. Yeah. And now you know why, and I apologize for it. And so now let's just move forward with a clean slate. If we could just agree that we're both sorry for our actions, I won't meander into that territory. Yeah. You won't come for me in my marriage, and let's just start anew. Yeah. Trepidatiously, but start anew nonetheless. Meredith would have been the hero of the show. This is what I don't understand about some of these people on these shows. You don't understand when you can just take the win. Yeah. I'm not saying just roll over every time something happens to you, but if someone's coming up to you, if if you remember, for anyone that watched Roni, when Bethany came back on and Luann was getting remarried to this millionaire Tom D'Agostino who lives in the penthouse or whatever, Bethany had real issues with Luann, like historical fights and like them being at odds. But she could put that stuff aside to say, I want better for you.
Yeah.
And I promise you, like, I'm saying this because I think your dude's not a good guy.
Yeah.
And no matter what our relationship is, I want you to be with a good guy. Like, there are times to then go for someone. And then she's gone after her just saying like, and it's the one thing that she says she always regrets about, like an insult that she slung on the show because she went after how many people Luann had slept with. And she's like, it was just like a lowbrow insult, but I was pissed at her and I stand behind me being irritated with her.
Yeah.
So it's like, right, you can gun it in certain instances, but there's other times where you can just say to the other person, let's just clean slate. Let's move forward. Or I might not like you, but I want you to know this because even though we're not best friends, I want better for you.
Yeah.
And some of these chicks just don't get how to navigate this.
Yeah.
Just like you said with Bronwyn, as soon as she owned up to the fact that like, look, I wanted to look cool. I shouldn't have done it. I said I got the necklace. I didn't get it. Todd did buy me a beautiful gift, but it wasn't the $4 million tennis necklace. And it was stupid of me to lie. And I regret it.
Yeah.
We've never talked about it since. How people can't do that math is beyond me.
No, it's so silly. It's so silly. And I feel like Britani is even like as dingbatty as Britani is, I feel like she got the memo this year that like is she still a friend of, or is she full cast yet?
I think she's still a friend of.
She's got the story with her kid. She's got the story with the dude. She's got this she's in every episode. She's really bringing everything.
She's the Gretchen Rossi of Salt Lake.
Yeah, yeah. She's treating this like, I want to be here.
Yeah.
I'm going to bring it all. You say sorry, water under the bridge. I forgive you. Like she's acting a lot smarter. She doesn't seem that smart in many of her situations that she's in, but like with this specific thing, I think that she's being very smart about how she's offering up all of this stuff when she knows it's not going to be pretty with her daughter. Yeah. And like that coffee scene will still I'm still twitch from that scene, you know, but she's putting it out there. She wants to be here. She's ready to bring all of it. And I think she's going to give Meredith a run for her money.
You're right. The only caveat to all of that is she still regresses into that teenage behavior, which is pulling out the stupid TikTok post. Like, that was ridiculous. And that's what got you in the hot water in the first place. And you didn't need it. You had enough going for you. Yeah. You didn't have to bring this up.
No, but she might have thought that she did. She might have thought it's like one of those things that you're like, no, this is what they do. They have a little thing in their back pocket and they bring it up at the dinner table. But
then, it was bad business and she just didn't realize.
It was totally bad business. But I think it still shows that she's here to play.
Yeah.
You know? And so after just seeing Meredith's entire season and even kind of last season with Meredith too, I can't totally remember what Meredith is. Did Meredith convert last season?
Yes. I think that was her bat mitzvah last season.
Okay. So this season has been, if not both this and last, this for sure, she has been totally checked out. She barely talks in interviews. She's kind of shows up, stays quiet. I hope that Meredith gets a clue that like, you don't have to be here. And they don't have to keep you here. So,
but this is the thing. Meredith wants to be on television.
Yeah.
And I'm not shading her at all for that. But then you got to show up.
Yeah.
Like if you want to have your DJ career and your kids on Next Gen or whatever, like then you got to come to work and be an active member of the team.
Yeah.
We're now getting into the next episode and it starts with Bronwyn picking up Todd at the airport. Couldn't be less interested or excited to see her. When she came up in the costume behind him, she may as well have been trying to give him an unsolicited prostate exam.
Yeah.
Like that's how offended he was by her presence. They get in the car and this might not have ever happened to you because you only date people who are obsessed with you, but I don't know if you've ever experienced being with a dude who just kind of like tolerates you. And it's not even personal to
Mike
you.
just tolerates me.
Oh, okay, great.
I mean, he's obsessed with me, but he also just is sort of annoyed at himself about it, I think. And he's just is like
I've been in situations where I'm trying to have a conversation and like, oh, you're tired? Yeah, me too. But like, we're in the car together for the next 2 hours and I don't want to sit in silence.
Yeah.
So like, let's have an exchange. Let's talk. I just have no runway at all for people who behave this way. It's like, you've elected to be in a relationship with me. We are friends. We are boyfriend, girlfriend. We're business partners. Like, talk to me. Don't act like I'm inconveniencing you. Okay. When, by the way, I picked you up at the airport. And I feel like every scene that we see with the two of them, he doesn't ever want to engage with her, rolls his eyes, thinks he knows better. I'm smarter. Then why are you here? If you get nothing out of this relationship, then why are you here? And what you were saying earlier about like, you want her to go find her best life, find her best friend. When I was watching this scene, I was like, I hope you're recognizing that you've been in this relationship with him. It's been this closed off little, like kind of living in a vacuum where it doesn't seem like she has a ton of friends in Utah. Like she doesn't really talk about hanging out with other people. It seems like her world was Todd and her immediate family, you know, Gwen, what have you. So she would put up with his bad behavior because she has a beautiful lifestyle and he treats her daughter really well. And she's able to help her parents out. But now she's getting a taste of, oh my God, wait, there are other people in the world that like, do want to hear what I have to say and will listen, and I'll say something and they'll volley the conversation back to me and we'll have this great tete-a-tete. I feel like Todd's one of those people that she'll be in the car being like, oh, so, you know, when we get to wherever they're driving to, right? Like, do you think we want to just unpack the car or like, should we go get dinner? And he will just completely ignore her. Yeah. And I think she's getting a taste of, oh my God, wait, no, there are people that will actually say, okay, I'm so excited that we're having this weekend away. And when we get there, yes, let's dump everything and let's go have a fun dinner and get a great bottle of wine. Like she just doesn't get that from Todd. No. And I think there's someone out there that will give it to her.
Oh my God. And I want to like put out like the alert that like, if you are into Bronwyn, the iron is hot. Strike now. Yeah. Like I really think that like she is primed for the pickings to get swept away in something. And like, I just kind of love that for her. And I don't like cheaters, but like, I just kind of, I feel like, I don't know.
Well, she doesn't have to cheat.
Set it up. Well, I'm just saying like, he's already kind of set up that he's out there not giving a shit about her, you know? Yeah. So, but the thing that I wish that I could say to her is like, that thing that happened on this last flight was the thing that could make her not do the airport pickups anymore.
I hope. I hope so.
Not even an airport pickup. Certainly not in a costume. Like, I feel like it is so time to move on from that. And I understand if you've been doing something for a while and like that's your thing, like how do you just sort of stop? It might really give the idea that you don't give a shit anymore. But like if there was any time to like that it would be totally earned to not give a shit, it would be after you found out that he's literally traveling on flights. Like it's all in the same vein here. And for her to even ask like, how was the flight? Like too soon. Like he really should still be in the doghouse. Yep. She needs to cut that shit with like the childish getting in the costume and coming to get him. It's not working. Like
she wants his attention.
But
she's not getting it.
She's trying to grab at it as if she's 13 years old.
100%.
Like it's her dad.
Yeah.
And I just want to tell her like, it is time to move on from this phase. Stop the childish shit. And grab your balls, you know, and like really like see if this relationship is going to evolve as she talks about like her wanting it to. Yeah. She's got to evolve herself. Like she's got to lead the charge on that and see if he follows. And he's also ready to evolve because this ain't working anymore.
Yes. She needs to say, I am reaching for my better life. This train is pulling out of the station and you're either on it or you're not.
Or you're not. Yeah.
And it's okay if you're not.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be mad at you, but I have to do this for myself. But she'll get there. Yeah. I do think she'll get there. Yeah. The next scene up is Whitney and Justin have a little chitty chat. It took me a minute to like figure out or at least me to do my girl math to like figure out what had happened. I want to put my business plan out and you tell me if you agree with what happened. Whitney wanted Justin the entire time to be like, wow, this is so impressive what you've built. And I'm so interested, and tell me more. And because she clearly has like worked behind the scenes to keep their family going and their house in order and all this stuff while he went and had this big job. And now she's doing something where she's bringing in, sounded like some good money. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying she's making $10 million a year, but very few people are. And Justin finally got interested because I think he saw, oh, this could be a real shiny penny for us.
Yeah. And she's getting more and more famous every year, I'm sure. And just
100%. And she, this is girl talk, Minnie. You here for it? And she had her gut instinct of this is how to do it. But then he came in and was finally interested. And she's been waiting for him to have any sort of a pulse about what like seem alive at all with what's going on. And he did. He's like, we should go left. She's like, I really think we should go right. But because she wanted him to be involved, she decided to do what he wanted to do, and it blew the entire business up. And I think she is so pissed at him. I think she's pissed at herself for not standing her ground, saying, no, like, I have worked this hard. I built this business from the ground up. I know that this is the right way to do it. But she trusted him because he's had these big fancy jobs. And listen, there's a difference between when your name is on the front door, you're a little less likely to let shit get on a shingle. Okay. Yeah. It is very different when you own your own business as opposed to someone else is paying your check and that direct deposit hits every 2 weeks. And to my knowledge, Justin has never done what Whitney's done, which is start it from the ground up and it's my name on the building and I've created this entire product line, yada, yada, yada.
Yeah.
And I think he just came in being like, yeah, I'm a big business guy and I know and this is what we do. And we look at these people, look at what they've done, and not really knowing the landscape the way he should have. And she trusted him because she wanted his accolade, like she wanted him to be excited and be invested in it.
I think she thinks he's smart and he's been successful. And so like, well, I should just follow whatever he says to do. It seems like, okay, first of all, what I was kind of happy to find out was that it was his doing. At the beginning of this season, I was still under the impression from just like watching how things went down last season, watching conversations they had, where she was like, no, I know what we're doing. It's going to need this much money. We're going to need to take all of our savings out. Like, it really seemed like she was heading the charge in like, trust me, this is going to blow up. I'm doing really well right now. Like, people like are going to buy stuff from me. Now I've been on this show for long enough. It seemed like he just sort of got to the point where he finally kind of gave in. And so when we heard that shit had not gone as planned,
according to plan,
I thought it was her. I thought it was kind of all on her. And I thought that she was carrying the weight of this, like, oh my God, I convinced my husband to go all in on something. And like, it did not work out. We lost everything. And like, we still have all these kids to put into college and yada, yada, whatever. So part of me was like, kind of glad that it was not her and that it was actually him, because that was news to me. And listen, I am not out here shilling for dudes ever, okay? But like, it did get me thinking about how hard it would be. Like, when a woman does make those kinds of mistakes, I always say this to Mike. I always say the great thing about being a woman is that no one really expects anything from you. So when you do deliver, people are like, oh my God, I can't believe it, you know? Whereas guys are like expected to deliver. They're
interesting.
It is kind of on their, it's like their natural role in society or whatever to make the right decisions and financial plan and all those things. And I thought about, I think that dude's background is in MLM, which is weird on its own because it's just weird. And then also, they used to work together, like doing that together. Like,
oh, is that how they met?
Yeah, that's how they met, and they had an affair. They were both married. They worked really well together. So when she's like, I've always wanted to work with you because like we've worked together before and we worked so well together. And I'm like, yeah, that's when you guys were like waiting for people to go home and then like boning on the office.
Yeah.
So like, any dude's gonna work really well
under those conditions.
Under those conditions, I don't know if that's.
I think I can make it in on a Saturday for that, boss.
Yeah, exactly. So I thought I did feel kind of bad for him for a moment because it does seem like it is his background and like maybe he did make a decision that like no, this is what I do. This is what, and so I'm making this call or whatever. And like, I don't know. It sounds like they were both lied to by someone.
Yes, it does sound that way.
Which, like, for a woman, again, they lied to you. Oh, asshole. Oh, he got one up on you. That's how it is for a dude.
Yeah.
So it just was like just a little random thought that I had when I was watching that, of like having a little bit of empathy for him, but also still being glad that it like wasn't actually on her.
Totally. No. And I have empathy I agree with everything you're saying. And I have empathy for him also, because clearly he didn't want to fail his wife.
Yeah, because they did put all their money into it. So it wasn't like he had nothing to lose and he was just gambling her thing.
I just think the way it feels is that I just wish that he listened to her a little bit more. And also maybe the lesson for Whitney is like, maybe you also just need to, maybe he couldn't listen to you more because you weren't speaking up for yourself enough. I don't know.
Yeah.
Because she didn't say it. Or she didn't even like allude to that, but she had the feeling of like, no, we should do this. And she just acquiesced.
Yeah. But I also do wonder when she says, the day that I decided to go with what you suggested was the same day that I ended up meeting with that Sephora
I met the Sephora
lady.
buyer.
And like, just because you met with the woman, the buyer at Sephora or whatever, like,
absolutely,
it's such a long road, you know? And so I did just kind of feel like she might be putting a lot on him that like, unless you had a signed contract that like you were going into the big box store or it was this, like, because I have a feeling like if that deal was like, seemed like, no, this is a done deal. Like we can be in Sephora by the spring or like whatever it is. If you have half a brain and half an ego, you're holding out for that deal. And so like, I just don't know how solid it was. And
no, but here's the thing, that it doesn't matter if that was just like, oh my God, I was at BravoCon and the buyer from Sephora was there, right? She still had, it sounds like, a business that was minorly at minimum in the black, and it was making money and it was doing well. Now she's just in debt. They've lost their savings and she's got to dig her way out of it. So even if the Sephora thing was dead in the water the second she met the buyer, she was still in a better spot with what she was doing than going the MLM route.
1,000%. So we've found out since then, just from like headlines, that she was able to get her business back.
Oh, I'm happy for her.
I was too. And then I really thought about it and I'm like, you can't wash the stink off of like what's already been reported. Like,
wait, what was reported?
Well, it just anything that's like multi-level marketing is just such like I'm sure people strive doing it and whatever, but like
listen, there are real brands like that Rodan and Fields or whatever, and I've used some of their products and they're actually really good. But like that's that MLM stuff.
Right. But it
structure.
Sounds like the way that it's been treated in the press has kind of has an air of shadiness to it, and I just don't know like I don't know how you're gonna, like, everyone already knows now that like that's how it's kind of been presented.
But what if it's also, because I remember her saying something about it wasn't just the name, it was like the formulas, the products, all that stuff. Mm-hmm. So if you have a formula for a serum or whatever that you've developed, maybe she wanted to get that back because she knows it's good, she knows it works, and it was also so expensive.
Yeah. No, I hope she
but she could rebrand all of it. Like, do a different name, but saying like inspired by what we know people loved and
well, let me ask you.
Yeah.
Are you like ever since she got involved in that janky jewelry line that she had, like there's just nothing that I want to buy from Whitney. Like, and I think Whitney's perfectly lovely, but I'm not sure. I don't know.
I wouldn't have bought, even if I without this scandal, I wasn't looking, without the jewelry, I wasn't looking to buy anything from her.
Yeah.
So the fact that she even had a business that was making money is
news to me.
not news to me, but like,
but
she had something going is my point.
Yeah.
It might not have been a wildfire, but she had a little campfire going. She didn't have a Whitney Wild Rose fire, but she had a Whitney Wild campfire.
Yeah.
Okay, the next scene is Heather doing the bed party, which I've never heard of this. Have you? Okay, it must be a Utahian thing. And you had mentioned this earlier, and that was really my only note. Like, she is ready to start her life, and I get it. First of all, I'm not here to shame parents who have shown up every day for their
Yeah.
child, been an amazing kid. So however she wants to spend her empty nester years, I completely support it. She seems like a great mom. Her kids
Yeah.
seem amazing. And when she said something in the interview, she goes, I have been parenting alone my entire life. Like,
Yeah.
you know, as a parent.
Yeah.
Even when I was married, I did it alone. And that's got to be exhausting.
Yeah.
Even though you love your kids, you're so glad you had them. You wouldn't change a thing. She's fucking tired.
Yeah.
She wants to not be the only person showing up at the volleyball game. She wants to be the only person not responsible for the bill, the tears, the broken hearts, the exciting stuff, the prom dresses, all the stuff.
Yeah.
And I get it. Heather, go on with your bad self. Do
Yeah.
it.
No, totally. She seems like the type of person who I think that she has the confidence about this next era that she's going into. And I don't even know this about Heather, but like she seems like someone who's done so much work on herself. And like that work has given her the confidence to be like, let's let it ride. Let's do this. You know,
She's the poster child for doing work on yourself.
Yeah. So
I don't mean like physical work. I mean internal work.
Yeah, totally. All of the work.
All the work.
She's done all the work.
Yeah, because I actually think her work looks great. But
Yeah.
I mean, like, she's really done some inner work as well.
She's really set herself up, has like a real like just place to dive off of. And to have the best results. It's a crapshoot out there, you know, like
No, but
who
she's
knows,
doing
like,
great. Like when she did the Surviving Mormonism, that 3-part whatever, she was really good.
Yeah. No,
really authentic, really like got me.
Yeah. If anyone is has the odds going for her,
It's her.
It's her. Yeah. So I'm
And
excited
her
to see.
books sell really well.
Yeah.
I actually do think she has like a great command of the English language. Like when she's sitting there arguing with all these broads and saying, you know, whatever she's saying, I'm like, oh, no, you made a good point. Like I think she probably is a pretty decent writer.
Even if she doesn't, like her point doesn't really matter to me. Like I did think it was funny. I don't know what scene this is in. We might have already passed it. I don't know. But when Heather's like, sorry, it's just funny when Minnie runs to me.
She said, same.
Yeah.
It's funny when you run, Mom.
I don't run, so
That's why it's funny.
They're at the table, you know, rehashing whatever had happened on the plane or whatever. And Heather says something like, you know, basically saying that she was really hurt. And Mary goes, I'm sorry, what were you hurt about? Because this really had nothing to do with Heather. Like, I mean, Heather was a bystander. She had to get Britani off the plane afterwards.
Yep.
So all the things, but like there was just something about it that I thought was funny when Mary was like, what were you hurt about?
Yeah, you weren't involved in this.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally.
So even when she does that, where she's inserting herself in something, I'm like, she showed up to work. She's moving the story forward.
Yep.
She's keeping it moving. So
the next scene up is when Bronwyn goes to buy pride flags with her mom so she can, you know, mail them out to a bunch of people. First of all, I think it is disgusting for state buildings, public buildings to say you can't let your freak flag fly and put your pride flag up at this building.
Utah.
It's just shitty because when you do that, all you are saying is this is a blight on our community. We're not proud of it. It's something to be hidden.
Yeah.
And it's not, and it's not, and it's not.
No.
And it's disgusting and do better.
It's such a waste of time.
It's such a fucking waste of time.
Yeah, and I'm sure that this had to be voted on and passed through and yada yada. I'm sure it cost taxpayers like however much money to like
$2 million minimum.
Yeah, to like get a flag taken down. I don't like it when there's any law and you know whatever, any law that's been around for, I don't know, 50 years and then one day it's not a law anymore. Like anytime that you're doing shit that's just like moving shit backwards, like we're already in stuck mode enough. Like the shit's not getting done. Shit's not like it takes forever to get anything passed.
Yeah.
To not just be in stuck mode, but to rewind it, like get a life.
Get a life sales at Kmart.
Yeah.
The only note I have from this scene, and again, this fires me up the same way the pride flag being banned from state buildings fires me up, is Muzzy at the end said, it was when you were talking about how Bronwyn was like, so I'm perfect. And then her mom's like, not really. And she said, you know, it just, in all seriousness, like it means a lot to hear you say that you're proud because you don't really say it. And her mom's like, Yeah, because I just don't know how. Someone needs to explain this to me, okay? This is not the riddle of the Sphinx. For you to look at a child that you birthed from your loins, I don't give, or screw, I'm just talking about them. Like, I don't care if you adopted a child, inherited a child from a deceased relative. This is your child, Muzzy. You have birthed this child. You have raised this child. She has done you proud. She is taking you in. She has paid for your existence. But even without any of this, just by her, you gave birth to her. She is yours. How can you not tell her, I love you. I'm proud of you. You're a wonderful person. She's not some degenerate. She's not assaulting people. She's not stealing from the elderly. She's a good stand-up person. In a sea of muck and mire and crap, this chick is rising to the top. And by the way, she doesn't need to do any of this for you to be proud of her. How can you just, I don't understand how you can be a parent and not be able to look at your child and just say, I love you. And I get it. I know people have their own trauma and that's why they do it. But like, it is almost 2026. Get a therapist. Figure your shit out so you can tell your kid you love them before you die. And you have to see people like me so you can, someone can pay $300 to say, by the way, your dad's so sorry. He never said I loved you and he is proud of you. And great job on the promotion. And he knows because spirit is always alive. It's so upsetting to me and so stupid. Does that not ring your bell?
I grasp the whole concept of like my dad used to always say, I is who I is, you know, like it just, the older I get, the more it's not that I understand it better, but I don't care anymore. Like you are who you are and like, that's on you. And I never expected her to have the conversation that she did at the bonsai thing. And so my standards are so low for this woman that there's no change left in her. Change is not a coming.
Yes. Everything you're saying, check. You're completely correct. I think my note is more of like
everything that you said
writ
is
large. Like I don't understand how a parent can have a child that is a lovely, wonderful person and not just be able to say like, I love you, I'm proud of you.
No, totally. And even Bronwyn to be the one to say, you know, for her daughter to be kind of the thing that derailed her life and caused the most like friction within her family. And like I don't know what all happened with like the father, but like that seems like a whole nightmare of a mess. Like,
you mean at the time when she gave birth to Gwen?
So like everything that happened because of Gwen, and for her to still be like, Gwen's so happy, excited to move on because her best years are yet to come, but my best years were with Gwen. And so like, it just seems like so simple. Like Bronwyn just gets it and grasps it. Like, even though having that daughter changed the trajectory of her life forever. And for many years, not in the way that was like comforting to her or easy or any of it, just caused her a lot of like emotional terror, you know, with her family. And so for her to get it in such a quick amount of time, and the mother is now like probably close to 80 and it still just seems like.
And she had no role model for it. She had no example for it. Her parents clearly didn't do this. Her mother bought the sister a baby gift while she's pregnant and standing there with her. And she is denying her the celebration of her own grandchild. I will never understand it. I feel badly about it. I'm not sitting here saying, oh my God, I'm perfect and I've never done a shitty thing to another human being. How about this? I've never done something like that to another human being, okay? Denied their existence or crucified them for a quote unquote mistake that they made. And, you know, I always say like, I'm the biggest champion for growth. And I do think like we've seen a little tiny bit of shift in her, but I will never understand it. I will never understand how you can't just have a child. I tell my cats 8 million times a day, I love you, you're perfect, you're my best friend, you're the greatest thing that's ever happened to me, you're the greatest thing that's ever happened to the planet. And by the way, I live for animals. So I really genuinely do feel this way, but like, I just can't imagine that that's your child and you're not doing the exact same thing.
Yeah. No, I
don't rescue a dog, Muzzy. Just kidding.
I don't think she's rushing out to rescue
I
anyone.
don't either.
Yeah, I don't think she's moving out of Bronwyn's either. Like, I think
she will, because I know Bronwyn will foot the bill, and I think she wants her alone time. I think she wants her space. I think she wants all the cash and prizes that come with having a daughter like Bronwyn.
Wow, to just be alone.
My mom would never move out.
No, my mom wouldn't either.
Yeah. You always say, I like a buddy. My mom likes a buddy. Yeah, I didn't lick it off the grass, Nat. So the last scene is the Boston Spill the Tea Party.
Yeah.
And the one thing I wanted to say that I was bringing up in the beginning of this episode, sorry, I feel like I just went cross-eyed because this scene just hurts my brain.
Yeah.
Meredith is doing the political double down. I'm not talking sides. Don't come for me. I'm not mentioning anyone. I'm just saying that you see this in politics all the time, left, right, centrist, Green Party, liberal, whatever, or what is that? Not liberal, libertarian. Thank you. A lot of times when a politician is caught in hot water, no, I would never do that. I would never cheat on my wife. No, what are you talking about? I would never call this group of people that derogatory name. And then they're like, oh, really? Well, that's funny because here's a video of you doing that. And well, that's AI. Oh no, I took the video. I was there, Meredith. And that's what she's doing.
Yeah.
It's the hardest double down. Her bringing these stupid urine tests is her just trying to, it's the magician. Like, don't pay any attention to what's going on here because I'm distracting you. Just watch this hand, right? And she's just trying to do that lawyer thing of, well, if this person was guilty, why would they say they would take a drug test? There was something, I was saying this actually to Barry the other day, and I can't remember what the exact thing is, but it's a thing in, like, they always talk about it in the field of law, where it's like, when you are innocent, you argue the law. And when you know you didn't do it, or when you have the case on your side, you argue the law. Yeah. And when you don't, you argue the facts.
Yeah.
Because you could say like, oh, I wasn't standing close to that line. And it's like, but you were, and the law is you can't be close to the line. Like, do you understand what I'm saying? I feel like she's just arguing these facts of, I'll take a drug test. I was venting to a friend. No, the law says you were a asshole.
Yeah.
You were berating this chick, and you're saying that it was venting to a friend.
Yeah. The way that she's going on this, I don't know why. I have a feeling that someone has video of this. I just have a feeling, even if it's Heather, because did you at all, like when Heather was like, so you don't remember? So are you saying that, like, the way that she was doing it was just like, she had this like grin about her that I'm like, you know something.
So would you say this is you, counsel?
Yeah. Like, I think if there's the video that we're, no, it's not AI. I actually took it on my phone. I think that I took it on my phone is a Heather's phone.
I hope so.
And I wouldn't be, because Heather really has taken on kind of a producer role to me this season, especially if it was going on for as long as they say it was. Like, I feel like it's gone from 2 to 6 hours. Even if it's only 2 hours, 2 hours is a long time for like something like that to be going on.
20 minutes.
There's just no way that one of those broads didn't just go, even if it's a voice record, like just like, even if it's just audio and you're not seeing, like, somebody's got.
Let me ask you this. You know how last season they got on Britani, deservedly so, because she started recording them. And it is a slippery slope. Like, I get it. If you start recording me here, even though I am being completely outlandish and I'm in the wrong and I'm berating this chick in public.
No, dead to me. Not dead. I mean, but it would be very.
It's a problem.
Like, it's a huge betrayal.
That's right. So I'm just wondering if there is some sort of planet world that exists where they didn't do it because it breaks that code, that it's like, because if one person does it, it's just, then we're all doing it.
So I remember at the very beginning, I feel like Shane said something like, why didn't they take a video? And both of us were like, because you're not allowed, like, they don't do that to each other.
Yeah.
They've all kind of like got this little pact or whatever. I think that probably what could happen, and this is, I don't know what's going to happen, but like, I got the vibe that that she knew something. Either she knows that one of the producers got it on their phones, or she did.
Yeah.
And if I were production and it was on Heather's phone, I would just have Heather send it to me, and then I would keep Heather's name out of it, and I would just say one of the producers got it because we were all sitting in first class, and then no one would really be able to pinpoint.
Yes.
Heather would be out of it, and the show would get to have a banger reunion for that kind of like bomb to be dropped there. So that's what I'm hoping for, because I don't want Heather to be the person that has to, I don't know, like
fall on the sword.
Yeah, I saw some TikTok of just this girl going, if you didn't get it on film, we don't want it as a storyline. Thank you very much. And she ended it. Like, that's all she said. And it was just like as simple as that.
That's right.
Like,
do you not think that one of the producers got it on film?
that's what I mean. Like, it's either them, or it's like the little, like the way that Heather was doing it, the vibe that I caught could either mean that Heather took it herself or knows that one of the producers has it and it's going to come out eventually. Because like they just kept asking such questions that like was just letting Meredith like bury herself for it. So, and again, I could be totally wrong. It's just a vibe.
I hope you are correct.
If it lasted, whether it's 2 hours or 6 hours, because there's just no way
I don't
you
care
let
if
that
it
go
was
on
30
for that
minutes.
long. No, but I mean, you don't let it go on for that long without somebody being like, can somebody just hit the red button
That's
on here?
a definitive.
Yeah.
But I mean, even if, because you know how sometimes when you're retelling a story and you're like, it must have been 5 minutes, and then somehow like something resurfaces where you're like maybe it's a phone call you were on, you're like, oh, let me check actually how long it was. And you're like, oh, it was actually 2 minutes. It was 2. But like when you're in a heated situation, it can feel
like,
so, right? It feels so much longer. And so I just think that even if it was just 30 minutes, that is still such a long period of time to be yelling at someone, pulling the back of their chair, kicking the back of their chair. I say it out loud and I'm like, how are we talking about adults? That's crazy.
It is. I really wonder what they think. Like,
who thinks?
Just like these women, like really, like Lisa and Meredith and the Tamaras and the whatever. Like, I understand that like there is like, that's showbiz, baby. Like they could really be having that like mentality of like I got hired to do a job and I'm gonna do this job, and like and it also lets me act my worst self, but then like have an excuse because this is a job and whatever.
It's my own personal break room.
Yeah. How does anybody watch this back and go, I'm so proud of that. I'm so happy that however many viewers that Bravo still has, I don't know. I know everything's dwindling everywhere, but like I would just be mortified that something like that was out there about me. And Meredith, she seems like she couldn't give a flying shit. She's not even there to convince you otherwise. She couldn't care if she ever sees Britani dead or alive again, you know? It's just so gross, and it's why I don't want to do the Housewives anymore, because I just want to go back to just being able to like take it in and like forget it and not think too much into it, because I start thinking about how women this old can be doing this, and then I start talking shit on old women, and nobody wants to be sitting in this chair talking shit on old ladies.
Okay, first of all, they're not all like, they're not 90. Like, no, Whitney, but like I think is younger than me.
No, but they are old. Like, I'm talking about the Lisas and the Tamaras and the Merediths. Like, they are old enough to
know better.
Should have known at some point, like, be a lady. Like, stop it. But
here's the
you
other
have kids, you have family, you have, I'm sure you have big
businesses.
jobs that like people are like, I don't want to buy from this bitch, you know? Ugh.
This is what is troublesome to moi. The show itself has just changed in a way that I particularly don't like. Yeah. And what that person said on TikTok, if it doesn't happen on the show, don't make it a storyline. Yeah. And we don't need to do that. All of these people have interesting lives on their own. We don't need to be manufacturing storylines.
No. And it's divisive. I've said it a million times since Jane said it. It's divisive.
Correct.
To have to be wondering, whose side are you going to get on? Do you believe the Heathers and the Whitneys, or do you believe the Merediths and the Lisas? And there's a big divide, because there's a lot of like OG stans that are very much like, I don't care what I don't care what Lisa and Meredith did. they are the reason for the season, you know, like, and so then you're just sort of like, wait, no, I should respect the seniority status, and like they ushered this show into the world, and like, who cares about this dipshit Britani? We've only seen dumbass shit from her anyways, you know. But then it's like, well, the right thing to do is to side with Britani, even though she's an idiot. But like, so you end up like finding yourself in these conversations, and then what is it the cool thing to do to be on Team Meredith? Because I do like Meredith. She's more entertaining to me. She's got more to offer to me. She always has than the Britneys. And it's just like, but it's not right. And so it's just a moral dilemma. And I don't need to find myself in moral dilemmas while I'm watching TV.
No. And the show suffers because of it. Because then we find ourselves at these ridiculous Boston spill the tea parties where everyone's in, you know, a wig and a ridiculous outfit. And it's like, can't we just go to one of your work events? Can't we just have lunch? It will be interesting. New York was so good. And yes, did they make sure that there were trips, or we're going to go to the Berkshires, or, you know, we're out in the Hamptons? But like, these women legitimately living at homes that they owned in the Hamptons. No one was renting their year-long residence trying to, and by the way, I rent, so I'm not trying to shade anyone for renting. I'm just saying, like, and pass that off like, I'm so rich, this is my house. And they would have a dinner party. Great. Throw a dinner party. It's my birthday. Throw a party for that. I'm launching a new product, a new Skinny Girl product. Great. It's a real product. I can go into the grocery store and buy it. I don't need all of this manufactured nonsense. Yeah. It's like junk food consumption. And I get that it already is a guilty pleasure junk food kind of thing, but there's fruit covered in dark chocolate. And then there is, you know, real garbage, like a Snickers bar.
Yeah.
Who doesn't?
I know.
But like, you can only have one episode of a Snickers bar. It can't be every episode.
No, I know. You know, I was thinking, we watched the trailer for Rhode Island, which looks great.
It does look great.
It looks really great.
History. They look like they have history.
Yeah. And they just seems like Jersey 2.0 to me. That's how it feels.
And Ashley from The Bachelor is going to be,
which means her husband.
Yeah. Jared.
Yeah. Which is like,
a Jared we can get behind.
A Jared we can get behind. Does this mean that Dolores is not going to be on New Jersey anymore?
No, I think she just was like driving up for the weekend to just say like, hi, and don't we look alike?
Because I remember there being a headline a long time ago saying, oh, there's going to be a new franchise, and it's going to be headed up by a character that's already an established character on another show. But that has been like, this is when Rhode Island first was announced, which is like probably 9 months ago at least. And so things could have changed since then, but like, that would be the person.
She's not a full-time cast member, but she's a friend of appearing on some episodes. That's what it says.
So then is she still going to be on Jersey?
I don't even know if they don't know. Oh my God, Minnie looks so cute. Sorry. I don't know if they've announced what they're doing with Jersey. Like, I think they maybe have a cast, but I don't think they've started filming. I think she had the time and wanted to get hers.
There is something about if there is no Dolores next to Teresa,
no, lose my number.
I hate that.
Why would you say that's the meanest thing you've ever said to me? Why would you even put that in my head? Because that's not going to happen, Natalie.
Okay.
We can't lose Dolo.
No. She's
on Jersey. She is new. She's Miss New Jersey.
No, she is. But if she's not, Teresa will be irredeemable without Dolo and unless Gia wants to stay on full time. No. Oh God, I worry for Teresa if Dolo goes away.
She's staying. She's there.
Because that has been my one ticket to like why I'm like always Team Tree is because I'm like, Dolo gets it. Just talk to her about it. She'll explain it all to you.
Yeah. I don't know, but she knows.
Yeah.
Dolores, we heart you.
Yeah. Okay, so one last thing that I forgot to talk about when we were in the scene with Mary at her luncheon. There can be a million headlines out about Mary. There can be, the fact that I'm such a tin hatter and rabbit holer that like I haven't gone down the like Mary rabbit holes because I do like Mary and I'm just like shove all that stuff aside. Like until the documentary comes out, what do we know? You know, like it's just easy for me to like put it under the rug.
I've watched a lot on YouTube. I know more than I want to.
Yeah. Yeah. The thing that makes me not take Mary seriously as like a real pastor is that like no one does that to people. No one goes, I'm not inviting you because, or like, I don't like you, or like what I just, from someone who has gone to, you know, Baptist school my whole life until like through 10th grade, I've intermingled with, and also became a Catholic in my 30s and did a whole year of that. Like, so it's also still fresh to me. You could be the most unlikable person in that kind of position at all those institutions that I've been at my whole life. And like, no one's not inviting me to something, you know, no one is telling me I smell like hospital. No one's like,
so true.
Yeah. And like, that's why it's so weird for me that I'm just like, how does like, if any of her like congruents or
congregants,
I do this all the time. If any
you do every episode, you're like, what is
constituents? I always want to say it's her constituents.
Her congregants.
If any of her congregants have ever come up to her and said anything, like, I wonder what, like, how she is to talk to in real life. Like, if someone comes to her with a problem, like, can you imagine her being like, oh, honey, sit down. Let's talk it out. Like,
you smell like hospital, though. Yeah. Where'd you just come from? Your dying mimas?
Yeah. Like, that's just a position that, like, people are coming to you at, like, your worst times of your life. And, like, she's maybe the last person I would ever want to, like, bring something to that could be judgeable, you know? Like, on the scale from whether it's, oh, I cheated on my husband, or I have fallen on hard times and I've been sleeping in my car, so I haven't showered this week. She's going to tell you stink, or she's going to call you a whore.
Yeah.
Like one or the other.
That's right. But this is,
I love her still, but I'm just saying, like, how are you a pastor for this long? Like, how did that work? I'm so curious.
Like, this is the thing. I think people just keep like shoveling stuff over her bad behavior, because I keep reading, I keep watching things on YouTube. Family members come out saying things. They've got pictures. They've got a lot of receipts, as the kids say, okay?
Yeah.
And she was shaming people and like not saying the kindest things to her congregants.
Yeah.
And so I think that that's what they think maybe is like tough love or whatever. And someone had said in our comments, like, you know, don't say that. Like, you don't know. It's very dangerous territory.
Yeah.
And I get it. I just think we've seen some odd behavior.
Yeah.
Enough family members have spoken out.
Yeah.
There's no defamation lawsuits against them. And she's got the money to sue them. These are on big YouTube shows. Like this one woman, I can't remember. It's something, I think it's something World. It's the woman's name and World. Anyway, she has a lot of subscribers.
Yeah.
This video has a lot of plays.
Yeah.
And Mary hasn't thrown a lawsuit down. So like, where there's smoke, I just think, and I'm not one to dive into the rumor mill and just kind of throw gasoline on everything. But I just think TLC is not in the business of doing a 3-part expose on a nothing burger.
Yeah. No, agreed.
Because they're also not, it's not E. Do you know, is E even a channel anymore? Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Like it's.
MTV's not, I think.
No, MTV's still on.
Oh, it is? I thought it shut down.
It's shut down. You know how it's like MTV2, whatever. It's like shut down some of those, but no, it's still a station. My point is, it's not some clickbaity type thing. Like TLC, yes, they've got Sister Wives and all that stuff, but it's still a decently reputable channel. Yeah. So I think where there's smoke.
No, totally.
There's Mary.
And all that aside, I can bury all of that away because I haven't seen it yet. But just, I am so curious to know like how she responds to anyone coming to her with like their deepest, darkest. I would just be like, this is the last bitch I know. Do that with.
It ain't good.
Yeah. It ain't good.
Do you remember, maybe you dipped out, but there was a point on Real Housewives of New York where someone asked Dorinda, do you remember Dorinda Medley?
I remember her, but like I didn't watch it. Like
top tier housewife.
Those were the seasons that I don't know where I stopped watching, but
you should go back and watch Dorinda. But so someone asked, "Hey, Dorinda, how you doing?" And she goes, "Not well, bitch."
Yeah, I know. I know that. I always think of the Mad Men scene when the dude gets in the elevator. Oh, hey, Pete, how's it going? Not well, Bob.
By the way, I just started watching Mad Men like 2 days ago. I've never seen it.
Oh.
It's good. I'm on season
It's good.
2.
It's a slow roll, but the cinematography is
It's so beautifully shot.
Yeah.
But I just feel like when you say, like, I wonder how Mary handles her congregants, like when they come to her with tender things.
Yeah.
Not well, bitch.
Yeah, not well, bitch.
That's how I think. One time a client of mine was texting me something, and a girlfriend of mine was also texting me at the same time, and I was just like very frazzled and like having like a crazy day. And she goes, "How you doing?" And I wrote, "Not well, bitch."
Yeah.
But not to my friend, sent it to my client.
Oh my God.
And I was like, "I'm so sorry." They're like, "The Housewives, right?" I was like, "Yes." Oh my God, it was for my girlfriend. Anyway,
Oh my God.
It's kind of adorable. We bonded over it.
Okay, I just want to see if we forgot anything. We're not going to be able to do comments tonight because it's so late. We got a super late start, and then we had to do 2 episodes. And if we're going to get this out, we got to get on it. I'm just trying to see if I forgot anything. So funny that they're grilling Meredith on how did Crazy Rich Asians end. Like they really were not letting that go. They were like, what movies were they? Well, so what happened? So then what happened?
I could be into that line of questioning
Yeah.
if we saw what happened on the plane. Like, again, if it didn't happen on the show, we can't make it a storyline.
It's true. It's true.
What was the Netflix like reality TV version of Crazy Rich Asians?
Like Bling something.
Bling Dynasty.
Bling Dynasty.
Yeah. Someone brought from my company, the Urban and the Mystic. The shorthand is UNM. Someone brought a UNM box to one of the on Bling Dynasty. They were like, "Oh, you bought a new house. Here's a house blessing box." And I was like, "Oh my God,
love that.
that's from me."
Yeah, that's Bling.
Yeah, it's blingy.
Oh, I loved it when Mary said, "Were hot dogs around BC?"
Mary, it wasn't BC, and yes, it was like a brat. When Mary's clocking your sanity, I think that's when you maybe do a gut check, Meredith.
Yeah.
Of like Mary sitting here saying, "I'm worried for you, girl. I saw this."
Oh, the fish. Take your fish as your parting gift. I got my mom a fish one time. It was not well thought out, but I found this really cool, like large vase thing and these cool, basically I thought it was like real artistic. Don't ever do that.
Yeah, don't do that to people.
Yeah, and my mom is that kind of mom that's like, "Oh my God, I love it. Let me paint it on the refrigerator." Like she is about anything that you give her. And she was like, "Is this for real?" Like it was the first time she ever like gave me a look and was like, "Is this is really?" Because I was in college, so I like brought it home and like she's like, "You're leaving this here?" I'm like, "Happy Mother's Day."
Yeah, it's for you.
That was really pretty.
Yeah, just leave the fish in the ocean.
Yeah. Okay, that's it. That's all I got.
I was just looking at Dolores.
Darling.
I love her.
I do too. You know what Paige said about her the other day? I think that Paige said that she was her favorite housewife. And she said, "I just think that my like life would be better just like having, if I could just talk to her every morning or like,
Yes.
yeah, she nailed it. That's exactly who you'd want your first phone call every morning.
Yeah, I love her.
Yeah. She would just give you great advice.
Yeah. We did it.
Yeah, we did it. Guys, are you watching Vanderpump? I would love to know your thoughts. And also, if you don't have any, I get that too, because I don't have them yet. I don't know. I'm trying to let it simmer for a second before I start shit talking it, because that's how these shows usually work. You need a minute, you know?
It's very hard trying to fill shoes of a previous cast that was so iconic.
Yeah.
And you're just going to have to give it a minute. Something's going to happen, and all of a sudden you'll settle in and you'll be here for the ride of the new Vanderpump.
It's just going to take like one inciting incident.
That's right.
You know? One thing I noticed though about Lisa, and I love Lisa to death, and I know that like a lot of people aren't Lisa fans, but she's just one of those bitches that can really get away with anything with me. Like it's fine. I feel like some people feel that way about Lisa Barlow. And
I am not that person.
I am not that person, but I am for Vanderpump. Lisa's a little older now.
Yeah.
And it's just a different show. And I want Lisa to change. You can't redo what you already did.
Yeah.
It's time to evolve into the new.
Yep.
I'm here for it to get a little bit better, because right now it's just looking like a little old and tired.
Yeah,
Not
yeah.
Lisa.
No, she just needs like everything needs a refresh.
Yeah, yeah.
Sir needs a refresh.
It really does. Yeah.
I wonder how old Lisa is. Just curious. I've always thought she's very beautiful.
She still looks amazing.
65.
Yeah, watch it when you get home and tell me.
I'm desperate to watch it. It's just every time I get home or like finish everything,
Yeah.
I'm so tired and I want to be like up and ready to slay the day.
And then we got Valley Persian style coming the first week of January.
Oh, we have to cover that.
Yeah, no, we'll definitely do that.
I'm so excited.
Minnie, all right. See, Minnie's like, we're not doing comments. Come on. It's time to go to bed.
Yeah. Like, subscribe, hype,
Yeah.
tell a friend.
Things. Yes.
I got to say that at the top of the show.
I know.
But doesn't everyone know?
I think they know.
Nobody's new.
No one.
Like, subscribe, hype.
Yeah.
But I'll say it at the top. I got to figure it out.
Yeah, we'll figure. We got a lot. We have so much.
We got a lot to figure out.
Yeah. Yeah. That's it. That's all I got.
Love ya.
Yeah. Love you. Bye.
Bye.